Since 1992, the Woodridge Community Pantry has served Woodridge and surrounding communities by providing food and services to those in need.
Our mission statement is twofold. The first part of it is to eradicate hunger, and that's our primary focus, is to make sure that no children and no adults go to bed hungry. The second part of our mission statement, though, is to help people help themselves. We try to provide supportive programming that will enable them to improve their quality of life, help them to find jobs, to make things better for them, and eventually lessen their need for the first part of the pantry services or the direct services.
The Woodridge community sees the benefit of the pantry's services every day. Looking back at its incorporation 17 years ago, the pantry has come a long way.
Since 1992, the pantry has seen phenomenal growth. At the time that we became our own corporation, we were probably serving about 20 families a month. We had a little 3-ring binder that names and addresses were entered into, and everything was delivered one-on-one to people. They would call a phone number. We would get a referral from them, and we would go pick up the food and take it to their home. We're now serving almost 3,000 people every month, and obviously no longer doing that. We have a database of some 1,800 families that come to us for help. So it has been a phenomenal growth rate, and not something that's been an up and a down. It's really been a pretty much straight line growth. We'd like to reverse that trend or see it reversed, but unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen.
In the 2 years that I've been at the pantry, I've really seen it grow, not only client-wise, but the services that we provide. I always look at the pantry and use the term one-stop shopping, because not only do we feed our neighbors in need, but the pantry has been very concerned about the quality of life for the clients and the community. And in that respect, we've actually provided different programs that not only will help people, but also providing services that they really need. So I think in that sense, the pantry is second to none.
The pantry's dedication to the community has touched not only the lives of the clients served, but it has also touched the lives of the dedicated staff, volunteers, and sponsors.
I think back the first time I realized that the waiting room was full and people were lining up around the building. It reminded me of pictures I've seen from the days of the Depression, the Great Depression, when people would line up around the block to get food at a soup kitchen or something. And it really took me back a step when I realized that they're lining up outside of our doors to come in because we have something they need, basic food for their families. That's not a particularly pleasant memory, but on the other hand, it made me feel very proud and very fortunate that we were able to be here to serve them.
A defining moment in the history of the pantry was their incorporation in 1992 as a 501c3 corporation. This status as a charitable organization made donations to the pantry tax deductible. Prior to this time, most of the donations came from places of worship. However, this turning point allowed outreach to achieve a whole new level. By 2002, the pantry was serving almost 150 households each month and was outgrowing the leased space. With encouragement from the village and the assistance of a community development block grant, a 3,000 square foot building was purchased in the Hobson Valley Industrial Park. This unit combined warehouse and office space and allowed for the addition of commercial freezers and refrigerators. In 2008, serving an average of 630 households each month, the pantry was successful in securing a second community development block grant for $300,000, as well as a capital grant for $100,000 from a private foundation. This enabled them to purchase a second adjacent unit in the Hobson Valley Industrial Park, doubling their size to 6,000 square feet.
One of my favorite memories was when we received a capital grant shortly after we moved into our first unit in the industrial park, and we were able to actually get in and seal coat the floors and put in new racking and put in some additional lighting and get some office furniture and put up some partitions for client privacy. We shut down for a week and we reopened, and it was like a whole new facility, and the clients were delighted, and we were proud to be able to show them a pantry that was clean, that was well lit, that was sanitary, and that kept product well cared for, so that we gave them the best of what we could and not something that was a leftover or a less than good product.
The many successes and phenomenal growth of the pantry has been made possible by two groups: volunteers and sponsors.
We wouldn't be where we're at without our sponsors. We have sponsors that give us food in our food rescue program, and we have sponsors that keep the balance in our checkbook up too, because there's so many things we have to buy. So without both sponsors, we wouldn't be where we're at.
I think our sponsors fall into two categories, kind of broad categories. One would be our food rescue partners. For example, the Jewel Food Store in Woodridge allows us to pick up donations from them 7 days a week now, and that includes meat and produce as well as bakery. Whole Foods in Willowbrook, we pick up from 3 days a week. We also receive large donations weekly from Pepperidge Farm and Butternut Bread. These are some of the mainstays that keep the shelves of the pantry filled. Also, working with Northern Illinois Food Bank, which is part of America's Second Harvest, we're able to order food at 18 cents a pound. That is a tremendous benefit to us. We get a truck from Northern Illinois every week, without which we would not be able to keep the shelves stocked. The other category of donors that we have are those who perhaps have food drives for us or make cash contributions, and they are really the backbone of what keeps us going. Over 41% of our donations come from private individuals, so we're not top-heavy funding from government or grants. It's really a grassroots support that is important to us, although certainly we highly value the civic organizations, the schools, and the corporations that support us as well.
Additional sponsors that contribute to the Woodridge Community Pantry include Gladson, which donates a wide variety of products, and Cargill, which donates 1,000 pounds of meat per month. Starbucks, Panera Bread, and Great American Bagel donate bread and pastries each week. The farm in Westbont donates fresh produce throughout the summer. The pantry recently joined Feed the Children and Gifts in Kind International in its ongoing search for new food sources.
Our sponsors are our lifeline. If it wasn't for our sponsors, the pantry wouldn't be able to do what we do. We have a great appreciation for the sponsors that we have. They have been very committed to the pantry. I can't say enough good about our sponsors, and not only are they providing what we need, they're always asking if we need more.
While the pantry relies on sponsors to support their operations, another major contributor to the pantry is the many volunteers that donate countless hours to serve their community.
Well, aside from the actual physical growth of the pantry, from a literal closet to a 6,000 square foot warehouse, obviously the number of people that have been involved, that are currently involved in the pantry, has grown tremendously. We have over 140 volunteers on a regular basis who either help staff the pantry on days we're open, stock shelves in between times, do volunteer food pickup from our food rescue partners. It's a tremendous growth in people power to keep the pantry going.
Without the volunteers, we would not be able to do what we do. And there are a lot of volunteers that are behind the scenes that we don't see every day. They do pickups from Jewel, Whole Foods, different other places where we have to go get pickups. And even just the volunteers that are here, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, they are a tremendous bunch of volunteers. I couldn't do without them. We couldn't do without them. And I have to applaud them for them just putting up with me at times.
I I can't say enough about our volunteers. They provide the pantry with just unselfish commitment and dedication. The commitment and the dedication that they put in 7 days a week at that pantry in various positions and various responsibilities. We could not pay them enough. It was really brought home to me last year when we actually figured up and totaled up the amount of hours that our volunteers put in, and it was close to 25,000 hours.
Our volunteers come from many different areas. We have moms who are able to volunteer now that their kids are in school, and they come to us during the day. We have working individuals who come because they can be here on a Thursday night or a Saturday morning. A number of the high schools and colleges in the area require community service for some of their classes, and students come here. And we also have some individuals who are here because of court-appointed community service that they need. All of them combine to fill the variety of roles that we have for volunteers, whether it's unloading a truck or working, entering data in a database.
The primary focus of the pantry has always been to provide food to those who are hungry.
Initially, we were strictly providing food, and that was all that we did. When we reevaluated our mission statement and looked at the second half of it to improve the quality of life, we realized that although feeding people does that there was more that we could do in that area. And we began to offer supportive programming for our clients. We have English as a second language classes. We offer health and nutrition classes. We have a program called A Job for Me, which teaches job search skills for individuals. We also wanted to focus in particular on the needs of the most vulnerable, and that would be, as we see it, our children and our senior citizens. So in 2005, we entered into a partnership with School District 68 in Woodridge to provide a free breakfast for all the children who qualified for the free or reduced fee lunch program. That's currently almost 800 students, over 135,000 breakfasts every year that we have been able to provide for them to help them learn better. Studies indicate that children who have breakfast just do better in school, there's less absenteeism, and their learning skills are better. So we have been pleased to partner with School District 68 to do that.
Over the years, A Job for Me program has helped the Woodridge community to prepare for a job search and future interviews.
The Job for Me program was very helpful. It helped me learn how to build my resume, what to look for when applying for certain positions. It also taught me interview skills, dress skills. It taught me to search and do a lookup on the job that I'm applying for. Go to the company's website if they have one, you know. I feel the Job for Me is a great program. Anyone that's out there looking for a job, I really would suggest that they do the Job for Me program.
Additional support programs include providing Easter children's baskets and hams, Thanksgiving dinner baskets, and Christmas food and gift baskets. In 2008, the pantry, with the help of Woodridge churches, residents, and the business community, provided Thanksgiving and Christmas food for over 1,400 persons and Christmas gifts for 746 children and 66 senior citizens.
My favorite memory with the pantry was 2006 Christmas. It was the best Christmas due to the pantry. They gave us a wish list to write down what we all wanted. My children got brand new gifts, as well as myself, gift cards and everything. So I can truly say that 2006 Christmas was the best memory with the pantry for me.
Children are a special focus of the pantry. They are among the most vulnerable of our citizens. Baby food, formula, and diapers are a high priority at the pantry. Almost 300 packages of diapers are given out every month. Car seats are a necessity for children, which most of us take for granted. However, the cost of these can make it almost impossible for some of our clients to safeguard their children. Partnering with CareLink, the pantry holds regular car seat education classes in Spanish and in English. At the conclusion of a 1-hour safety class, the participant is presented with a brand new car seat, appropriately sized for their child. Birthday kits are prepared for children between the ages of 2 and 12. Cake, candles, frosting, balloons, treat bags with gifts for guests, and paper products help to make a child's special day more festive. In addition, child or parent can pick out a birthday gift from our shelves of toys, kept stocked both by individual donations and Best Toys in Lisle. School is important to our younger clients, and the pantry holds a special school supply drive each August. Packages of school supplies are individually prepared based on the supply list for each area school and grade. Children are proud to go to school with new supplies and a new backpack in which to carry them. It's also critical for our young scholars to have a nutritious breakfast at the start of each day. By 2009, the pantry was providing a breakfast bar or bowl of cereal and carton of milk to almost 800 students each school day.
Many studies out there from very reliable sources that show a very high correlation between academic skills and retention skills with nutrition. By having this breakfast program, students' nutritional needs are met early in the morning, and therefore for the rest of the day, or at least until lunch hour, their academic progress is enhanced because of the high nutrition that they receive because of the breakfast program.
The Woodridge Community Pantry has been serving the community in some capacity for nearly 40 years. It has grown in size from a small closet to a 6,000 square foot facility. The pantry has grown from serving a handful of clients to thousands of residents. Over the years, the pantry has relied on the dedication of its volunteers and sponsors. Today, more than ever, your help is needed. To give back to this phenomenal organization, visit www.wcpinc.org. It is with your help that we continue to serve.